Morning viewers, this is YAYA, so presenter at King FM and King TV Gambia. Today we are live at Farato, having interview with one of our guests, which is NFAMARA Dabo, the chairman of Children Foundation de Gambia. So today we'll be having an interview with him because we want to know association in Kiang Manduar. As we all know, they are doing wonders in this country. So we want to know what they are doing. So before we go further, dañu bëgg rek ku mun tamit mun nuyoo balaa ñu start programme bi mbokk yi di leen sant di leen gërëm tey King FM King TV génne leen fale mooy Farato tey ñu ñëw nañ fii pour conduct interview mooy koo xam ne mooy NFAMARA Dabo, the chairman of Children Foundation de Gambia. Tey gis nañ ne ñoom tamit ñu ngi def lu grawt si biir réew mi mooy jàngal ndaw yi métier te métier nakaan loo xam ne lu am solo la si biir réew mi gis nañ ne ni bari ñu ngi si réew mi te amul métier loolu moo tax ñeneen ni suñ génnee si biir réew mi dem fenn they will find out like comme soo amutee métier dafay difficult so loolu moo tax ñoom tamit ñu ngi def seen doole surtout fale mooy Kiang Manduar pour jàngal ndaw yi métier pour ñoom tamit ëllëg ñu mën a njëgloo seen bopp so Mr Dabo di la dalal tey teel nañ fii di la dalal ñu bàyyi la nga nuyoo balaa ñu start programme bi.
Thank you very much, my brother. I'm excited to be here today to be part of this very important conversation on the work of our foundation and how we intend to enhance the skills of young people to realize their potentials in the future. Before we go into the program proper, I want to use this occasion to wish every child a successful International Children's Day of Broadcasting today, which a lot of kids are participating. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Dabo, like we have a lot of people in society, they are wealthy, but they are not ready to give back to the community and then you see the society. But why yet people are ready to give back to the community in a situation whereby we teach the young people loo xam ne pour ñu am njëriñ si loolu noonu so comme nu ma xawee rek société Kiang Manduar certain people ñu ngi taam Kiang as a region boo xam ne comme métier daal dafa manqué foofu noonu so yéen seen lif mi seen fedd bi dañuy génn pour ñu éradiquer loolu noonu so dañ bëgg a xam ne lan moo la comme what inspire you si organisation bi nii boo xam ne dañuy am taxaw bi pour génn jàngal leen métier mooy ndaw yoo xam ne surtout ñu ngi si Kiang Manduar foofu noonu lan moo la inspire si lii.
Okay. Just to say a little about myself before I respond to that question. My entire life is around the development of young people, children included. From my previous job to my current job, I've been doing a lot, working with children, working with young people to make sure that they are given the enabling environment to become who they want to be. And one thing I am very much convinced with is the fact that when young people are given space, they can even do more than what we expect them to do. So it is as a result of that that I worked with certain young people to come up with this very important foundation. And the foundation was established like a little over 12 to 15 years ago.
Boobu yàgg
na de.
Yeah,
wow. When we started, we were more. We started it more as a mentorship program, where I will leave here, go to the village, talk to young people, and encourage them to be able to understand themselves through the different life skills sessions I do with them. but also later on it evolved to a situation where we think that we don't only have to limit our interaction with the young people on soft skills. We need to guide them as to how they can also acquire some hard skills, some livelihood skills. And that is what gave birth to the recently concluded life skills training camp that we just organized to build the capacity of these young people. Talking about Kiang as a region, the foundation don't start in Kiang because of the economic situations or some of the data or information we are getting. It started because I came from Kiang, I came from Mandwar, and I believe for every society to grow to where you want to be, it has to start with your own people.
Yeah, exactly.
If we want to develop Gambia, Gambians have to be ready to take the lead. If we want to develop Kiang, the people of Kiang should be ready to start, and then others will follow. So that was the main idea. They said charity begins at home. Yeah. So I discussed with certain young people so that we can go to the village there and start something. And that's how the foundation started. And then right now, as I speak to you, it started in Mandwari, but we are involving a lot of the other young people across the country in all our programs that we are doing.
Okay, mbokki ñu ñoo ko déggandoo mon naka Famara Dabo, the chairman of the Children Foundation in the Gambia, mo wone lu bari surtout ndaw yoo xam ne ñoo naka fale mooy Mandwar Kiang Mandwar. Mr. Dabo, dañ bëgg xam ne comme boo demee foofu noonu like at the first place comme nga ñëw toog waxtaan ndaw yi di déglu ba nga am yéene bi ni ba tey nekk na loo xam ne lu am solo la bi société bi so dañ bëgg xam ne comme idée bi boo ko joxee foofu noonu comme community bi tembo lan moo nekkoon seen gis-gis si wàllu bi parce que yeneen saa yi da nga leen nekk nit ku baax si biir society you try to innovate certain things ñale di dama ay demal fale yow xam nga yow dem nga juddoo fii nii so this and that so how do you manage in a situation whereby tey affaire bi taxaw na bu baax
you know in everything that one involve yourself in, believe in it. At the beginning when I started with those young people, I believe that we are going to make it because I use my life story as an example to those young people, like somebody who was born and brought up in Kiang Mandwari, participating in a lot of livelihood skills, life skills programs, a lot of youth activities in this country. I have seen how this helped me to become who I am today. So that is why when I started the idea with other young people, of course, like you said, you know, you always have those kind of resistance from people who at the beginning might not understand the actual concept. So we face those kind of challenges where some of the community people don't have a full picture of what we are trying to do. Some might think that maybe we are, because also, you know, we bring in young boys and girls. Some might think that, you know, we are trying to expose their girls to boys. Some might think that we are trying to create avenues where young people can be resistant to their parents and all those stuff. All those things came on board. But like I said, based on my experience, I've gone through many of those things in my previous experiences. So I was able to reach out to most of the parents, and they really understood that yes, this idea of having these interactive sessions with these young people is more giving them skills and opportunities to realize themselves first, to know who they are first, believe in themselves, and then try to explore other opportunities that exist out there. So yeah, the challenges were there, but thanks to our continuous interaction, engagement with parents, we are able to solve those. Lolu nonu dafa nek lo xamne, you know, they are part of life. You know, so initiated dara, il faut nga am ño xamne dañoo fogg ne li mom maybe lenen la. Why hanga? So when you know what you are doing and you believe in it, and you are able to engage people, sometimes other people don't support a particular initiative because they don't have an idea about it. So you being the initiator it should be your function to also orient them, to let them know, and also even your participants. Like I had instances where one child was even the one who was able to convince her parents that this is a very important program, because before the sessions, before we start the session, the way she used to interact with the parents, and when we started, the parents themselves, they saw the changes, and they were able to tell her, look, I think this is helping, so you can go and be part of this program.
Yeah, then you share a story where you make an impact to the young people in Kia, most like in Kia Mandwa.
I want to say this in Maninka because this is something that I want people to hear as to what we are able to do since we have started this foundation.
Yeah, so gise mala la question bi moy da nga gis comme in society nga asib lo xamne lu bala
wow
li waye comme ni ko waxe legi ni they will not understand
wow
bi affaire bi su demé be siko so da nga gis ñeneen tamit dina mëna tok comme yoni sen dom bi mu attend training bi at the end dina tok mu neen laaj na yow from day one after day ya ngi dem bi ñew be legi there's no impact
dal nañu experience nañ ko.
Yeah, so we were just
experience
wanting to share a story whereby it impact young people in society.
Yeah. So when we started, like I told you many years ago, we were doing more of the soft skills, trying to hit the minds of these young people. And over time, we realized that we also need to include some kind of livelihood skills program. Now, when we started that, we started thinking about what are those livelihood skill sets that young people can really learn to help themselves and help their communities. And I remember we were having a sort of a focus group discussion with these young people. What can we do? And then one of them just stood up and said, look, in this community of Mandwar, there is no bakery in Mandwar. We get our bread from the nearby communities. Why can't we start something like that? Can you imagine? So in the whole community of Mandwar, we do have bakeries before, but at that time when we were discussing, there was no bakery in the community, and we rely on other communities to supply us with bread. So this young guy came over and said, look, why can't we start something with bakery? And all of us embraced that idea. And the young people who participated in that first livelihood skills training came together, put down the blocks together, and we were able to erect a bakery in that community. So the bakery became an opener to the different livelihood skills trainings we have in the center. So as we speak now, from the bakery, as we speak now, we have now transformed that camp into what we call a campus of hope in Mandwar, because we have that bakery that is not only supplying bread to the community in Mandwar, but also the surrounding. But it's not only about supplying bread, right? That bakery is training a lot of young people who today can make bread for themselves. Wow.
That they make bread.
Wow.
That they train it.
Exactly. So I'm like hale yo xamne starting from zero. Xamuñu won naka la ñoo défaré bread. Starting from zero. Tay in that village, ñoom mun nañoo mix seen flour, mun nañoo bake seen bread. And loolu moom is a big scale, because bread is about food, and no one lives without food, right? So they can bake their own bread and they can sell it. They earn income.
Yeah,
they are learning skill, but they earn income. We also, based on this same livelihood training, we also have. But before I go there, and I'll give you that story about this bakery and how young people were there. You know, we had a case where one of these young guy was very much interested in bakery, and he went up to a level where he was even able to start and make bread for himself. And all of a sudden, you know, one of the parents came, you understand? And then he got discouraged.
Yeah,
but you know, but that was the beginning of the whole thing. And you normally experience those kind of things at the beginning. But today, as I speak right now in this month of Ramadan, for example, the whole community is relying on that bakery for supplying bread. Is that not impactful?
Yeah.
And it is not done by anybody, anywhere. It is the citizens of that community who are leading that. That is a big hit in terms of changing lives in that community. But we also have another component, that's the tailoring component. I have a story of a young girl. Her name is Mariama. She told me, I really wanted to do sewing. I want to be a tailor. I said, Mariama, tailor? She said, yes. I said, wow, this is a bold idea and a bold decision for you to come out and say you want to do this. Over time, I can comfortably tell you, this Mariama today can sew any kind of cloth. And that all started in the campus of Hope in Manduar. And that's where she is now leading other young people in training them how they can sew clothes. That is very impactful. Now let's talk about clothes. All of us are wearing clothes.
Yeah.
Now we are heading towards Korite, Tobaski, and the like. All these tailors here, sometimes we will take our clothes to the tailors and they are not even done by Korite. So people need to understand that those kind of skills are things that we cannot go without. I was giving one example during our mentorship session last time. I told them, yes, let's go and get our PhDs, but we will still go to a tailor who will help us sew our clothes. Right? So Mariama is one example that I always give to people, that she has really learned a bigger skill, that is tailoring, while she's